by Bobcats. This is Alyssa Luna, your STU Network's fashion investigator. On today's news segment, I'm going to be speaking upon sustainability and what is in your closet. Whether you're a fashion lover or not, it's a staple to have a little black dress in your closet. While searching through mine, I came across a recent purchase of my Skims long-slip dress with corded fabric. I started to become curious upon the sustainability of the company. One of the first things I noticed when researching my garment on the Skims official website was that not all information that is given on the dress is listed in the website. As you can see in comparison from the website to the tag on the inside of the dress, manufacturing information and the listing of fabrics is missing on the website. To get a better understanding about the company, I went through the website to find a mission statement or a statement upon sustainability. Hardly anything was found but a two-sentence statement about legal compliance in the supply chain with accountability and traceability, with nothing else being said. After researching the garment and seeing that it is completely made up of synthetic fibers, I decided to bring fiber expert Lana from Lana's Llama Clothing Company. So Lana, can you speak a little bit on what synthetic fibers are, the breakdown of it, and the consequences of using synthetic fibers?
1,000 carcinogenic chemicals are used to make these fabrics. I've still heard people defending the use of it in clothing. They'll tell you that we need to conserve raw materials, yet synthetics come from a non-renewable resource. They're not biodegradable, and manufacturing them pollutes our air, water, soil, and wildlife. Furthermore, synthetics require oil, which requires drilling, which requires more chemicals. And toxic air pollution from fracking causes a wide spectrum of environmental and health problems. Whether you believe oil is abiotic or not, the process of retrieving crude oil is toxic using our current methods. Of course, I'm not opposed to using petroleum. I couldn't make this video without it, but when it comes to wearing it, I am. Nature has provided a non-toxic, renewable, biodegradable resource for us to clothe our bodies with, and we don't need to drill into the earth to attain it. I've also heard the argument, but we can't grow enough natural fibers fast enough to clothe the world, and so we need synthetics. This is false. We can grow everything we need. The fact is that synthetics have greatly helped to create a society of mass consumption, waste of disposable, cheap goods. We don't live in a society anymore that values quality over quantity. We want it cheap, and we want a lot of it, no matter the long-term implication for our children's children.
Dress is manufactured in Thailand. Here are two stories from garment workers in Thailand from the past 10 years that I feel are very prevalent to what is going on today overall in Thailand.
With its elaborate temples, exotic foods and friendly people, it is no wonder that thousands spend their holidays in Thailand every year. But the fact that Thailand also provides assembly line work for the world's electronic and textiles industries is less known. Filming inside the factory is not allowed. 12-hour shifts are standard fare here, and all the women work overtime. More than 10 hours every night is spent working on the machines. They report pain in their legs and back. Their salary is less than €100 a month. The company that ran this factory was Anyon. They manufactured parts for Samsung products until they suddenly closed up. To encourage investment, new companies in Thailand are exempt from taxes for several years. When this exemption period is expired, the factories close and then reopen under a new name. But this time, the workers did not play along and instead occupied the factory. They are demanding their unpaid wages and are preventing the management from starting again with new, cheaper labour.
factory not like
the union.
I think this year he want to open factory new because he pay money for me. We are going outside.
A typical market in the province. Everywhere you look there is an abundance of fresh produce, but the people have to work hard to make ends meet. Beneath the offices of German underwear manufacturer Triumph, the workers have built a camp. They are protesting against the sacking of nearly 2,000 people. Despite an annual turnover of over 2 billion Swiss francs, Triumph justify these dismissals by citing the economic crisis.
ทำงานที่ไทยอ้ามมา 16 ปี ไม่เคยคิด
I've
ว่า
worked
จะ
here
ถูก
16 years as a seamstress and often forget that I'm now unemployed.
ถ้าถามว่า
I'm 43 years
ต่อ
old.
ไปจะทำอะไรยังไม่รู้
It
เลย
is
ว่า
very
ตัวเองจะ
difficult to
ทำ
find
อะไร
a
เพราะ
new
อายุ
job.
43 แล้ว
But if I go back to my
ถ้า
village,
ไป
it is
ทำงานที่
worse,
อื่นไม่มีใครเขารับ
because
แน่
there
น
you
อ
can
น
do nothing.
เพราะว่าถ้ากลับ
There
บ้าน
you
ต่างจัง
cannot
หวัด
make money.
ก็ไม่มีอะไรจะทำนอกจากทำนา
Protesters are making their presence felt here too, outside the Department of Labour Protection in Bangkok. Despite the economic collapse, another Triumph factory in Nakhon Sawan has been expanded. But the trade unions argue that it is running on even cheaper labour and there is no worker representation. Previously, Triumph were considered a good employer in Thailand. Pay was above average and the staff were allowed to organise themselves. But then, says Triumph, came the economic crisis. Whether Triumph is deliberately ridding itself of unionised workers is difficult to prove. The bottom line for these debt-ridden workers is that cheap goods still have a price, and it is they who are left bearing the burden.
All of us are living in the debt circle. Many of us have external debt. So I ask, how many people have debt? I can ask again. ยกมือหน่อยสิใครมีหนี้สินบ้างอุ้ย100ละเท่าไหร่ดอกเบี้ย120จริงๆอ่ะ The interest is 20 baht per month. This is beyond the legal framework. Is about 15 baht or 15% per year. But the interest that they pay now is about 20% per month.
Triumph has paid these workers a severance pay, but they want to be reinstated into their old jobs, and so the strike continues. Rampu Puyen, who lost her job at Triumph, is still living in a poor neighbourhood near the factory. She has begun packing her things. Her hope lies with the unionists who have travelled to Europe to negotiate with the management of the German underwear manufacturer. If they fail to reverse the dismissals, then like many others, Rampu will be forced to return to a village, to a life with no income and even more debts.
สวัสดีค่ะดิฉันชื่อกิ่งประภาพรภัทรดลนะคะเย็บผ้าตั้งแต่อายุ14ตอนนี้ก็47ละตรงนี้ก็คือเป็นบริเวณของเย็บผ้าค่ะแล้วข้างในเราก็กั้นห้องสมมติ8ชั่วโมงอย่างเงี้ยเราก็ทำงาน8ชั่วโมงเช้าใช่ไหมคะเราก็เริ่มงานตั้งแต่7โมงถ้าเราขยันหน่อยก็6โมงบางวันก็ตี5แล้วเราก็เลิกงานประมาณสัก3ทุ่ม4ทุ่มประมาณนี้ค่ะเราก็อยู่ในเบรกของเราในแมทของเราเองถ้างานเร่งหน่อยก็5ทุ่มเป็นบางวันส่วนมากหนูจะทำคนเดียวค่ะส่วนมากตอนใหญ่เลยนะถ้าตีเฉลี่ยอย่างอยู่คนเดียวอย่างเงี้ยคุณหาเงินไว้เลยจ่ายค่าห้องค่าอยู่ค่ากินของเราเนี่ย 7,000 บาทก็จะบีบให้ได้50ตัวค่ะต่อวันเพราะเรามีเป้าหมายไงถ้ามาทำอยู่ที่25ตัวมันไม่ได้กินอะไรค่าไฟเราก็ไม่คุ้มมันไม่คุ้มหลายๆอย่างบางทีปวดชิ้นชงเดี๋ยวอีก2ตัวป่ะอีกตัวนึงว่ะเดี๋ยวเล่นก่อนแล้วเล่นก่อนอะไรเงี้ยบางทีมันก็ลืมไปเลยพอลืมไปว่ามันเริ่มใหม่แล้วพอเราไปปักสวะมันก็ทีละนิดมันเราไม่เราปวดท้องพอปวดท้องขึ้นมาปั๊บก็กระเพาะอักเสบต้องกินยาละแต่ทุกวันนี้พูดตรงๆนะมันเหมือนมันงานรับอย่างเงี้ยเขาจะบีบราคาเรามากที่สุดบางทีเขาบอกว่าโอ้คุณได้มาแค่นี้ผมได้แค่2 บาทเองผมให้คุณเท่านี้นะอะไรเงี้ยบางทีเอาวะช่วยกันสนิทกันก็ต้องช่วยกันอะไร
Now understanding what synthetic fibers are and what the consequences are like, also what the garment industry in Thailand looks like, do you think that Skim's two-sentence approach to what sustainability is to their company is appropriate? Personally, I don't think that it's the best statement out there or has any backing to it, but now I know what's in my closet, what's in yours.